Good evening, friends and followers. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Comrade and I are just chilling. Comrade's got spooky eyes. Comrade and the pets and the rest of the pets did alright last night for 4th of July, but I mean, there's only like a good solid 20 minutes that it was pretty intense up in this area where we live. At least that I noticed. You know what I mean? I went to bed pretty early last night, so, I had to work today. Had an eventful weekend. I got some new tattoos. See? I got my brick wall colored in trans flag colors. Pretty awesome. Stonewall was a riot. And then I got, yes, because I am a communist, because I'm a Marxist-Leninist, lightweight Stalinist. You can hate me if you want. It's not going to change my ideology one bit. A lot of folks are telling me, "Oh, that's so risky. You just wear it like a badge of honor." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." You know what I mean? I'm proud of who I am. Like, I'm proud to be a commie tranny. You know what I mean? I wear that shit on top of my hand. Fuck wearing it on your sleeve. It's on top of my fucking hand for God and the whole world to see. I'm an atheist too. I mean, God's still gonna see this shit. But I would happily die knowing that I'm publicly displaying who I am, my beliefs, and what set I'm repping. You know what I mean? Gang gang. And I'm already pretty recognizable due to this one time at GameStop. But it's like I want to put this shit out there. So the little trans girl eggs and trans boy eggs and the trans youth and the just freshly transitioned, and everyone can see that, it's okay to sport your pride more often than just June. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I don't make a big deal about pride. Like, especially with the corporatization of all the parades and stuff. It goes against everything I believe in. And, all these fucking white queers who, oh, I can't be racist. I got a black best friend. Until we dismantle and abolish the entire concept of whiteness, unfortunately, that's a hard thing to do. And, you say abolish the concept of whiteness, and like 10 million white white boys start screaming, "Oh, you're racist, blah, 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 blah." No, that's the whole thing, is whiteness is a concept. It's, your race isn't white. Your race is, where your lineage is from. Like me, I'm from, my race is Scandinavian, English, Norwegian, German, and French, with like a little tiny smidgen of Eastern European. That's my race. I'm not white. You know what I mean? Like, white is a catch-all phrase that basically says, anybody but the black folks and the people of color. So like, Irish had a rough time turning the 19th and 20th centuries, but you know what? I'm sorry, they caught a pass because, they're white. So there you go. You know what I mean? Like, until we dismantle the concept of whiteness, white supremacy will always be there, because, you look back to the times of segregation, where they'd say this water fountain is for black folks, this one's for white folks, and a lot of people lost their lineages, lost their, you know, their identities by just getting whitewashed, you know? And until we abolish the entire concept of white and whiteness, it's going to be a problem. It's always going to rear its ugly head because there's always going to be some privileged white boy or some privileged Karen who, you know, fucking mouths off. And, you know, there's always going to be politicians who are not in politics to make people's lives better. They're in politics to keep people fucking segregated. They're in politics to legally spread their hate and bigotry. You know? Burritos, Mandarin is good. But, you know, it's pretty wild to watch. Like, I'm in this group on Facebook called Baby's First Leftist Group. And there's some knowledgeable cats in there. And, you know, this is not by any means my first rodeo. You know what I mean? I've been doing the comedy thing for a few years now. But the thing is especially as a white Western leftist, I always have so much more I have to learn. Always have so much more I have to unpack and deprogram. You know, and it's funny in this group yesterday. One of the comrades, Filipino cat named Tommy. I got a lot of admiration for this guy. He's freaking awesome. He's a good big homie for your communism needs. And you know, as long as you don't do no fucking stupid, you know, white people shit, then he will freely give you your time, give you his time to help better you and make you a better comrade, make you a better communist. You know, I'm by no means like speaking on his time or anything like that. I mean, for all I know, he could just say "fuck you." You know, like you go. Oh well, Tiffany told me. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, Whitey. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, he makes a post, and it's like this spectrum gauge from red all the way on the left side is red, and that's white supremacy. And then it goes all the way over to the right side in the green, and the top option is white abolitionists. Before white abolitionists, you have white traitors, and before white traitors, you have white critical, and there's a bunch of other. I mean, it's a great gauge for your black comrades and your comrades of color to use to judge you as a white, more often than not, Western leftist. That's the thing. You know, you get in these comments. I made a comment about how, you know, it's basically what I just said. It's great, you know, but you gotta. These names are earned. They're not just chosen. You know, these titles are earned, not just chosen. And it was so amazing seeing how many fucking white folks, white comrades, got in them comments just to say, I'm an abolitionist. And, I mean, first of all, nobody has abolished race, the concept of whiteness. So, therefore, there aren't any white abolitionists. You can have, you know, aspirations at white abolition, abolishing whiteness, which I do. But, I mean, bottom line, I could place myself on that fucking spectrum, on that gauge, anywhere, and it wouldn't make a shit bit of difference if a black comrade or a comrade of color doesn't lay that on me, doesn't you know, give me that honor of being called a white abolitionist or white critical or, you know, white traitor. Because yeah, I'm against anything that whiteness is and what it stands for. Because what whiteness stands for in the United States especially is exploitation. It's it's nationalism. It's me first mentality. It's if they don't look like us, then fuck them. It's I could go on for days, but I mean, it was laughable. You see all these white people jumping in comments talking about I'm an abolitionist, and I'm like, no, no, bless your heart, sweetie, no, you're not. You're not an abolitionist, and either way, it's not my place to say. But sure enough, like, you know, as a white Western leftist, we're always being tested, especially by our comrades of color and our black comrades. Because nowadays it just seems like leftism is a tourist vacation, is a tourist spot, and not an actual fucking practiced and principled fucking ideology. And it's um, well, either way, um, the whites are always going to show their lack of melanin. And, who better to say than another white person? Because that's what I am. I'm a colonizer. I'm a settler. That's the genes and the blood running through my veins and the genes I come from. I come from a white colonizer settler family. And, I have no problem when I'm referred to as settler or colonizer, especially by, like if another white person says that to me, like, whatever, But if a black comrade or a comrade of color refers to me that way, I don't take offense to it. That's just what I am, And so many motherfuckers want to say, I'm not a settler, I'm not a colonizer. Yeah, you are, Like, and that's the thing is with leftist movements, white folks need to sit down and shut the fuck up and take cues from black, indigenous, and people of color in leadership. White people have had all kind of chances to make the right thing happen and to do the right thing, and god damn it, like they never do. So I think a very important part of leftist principles and practices is that leadership fall to those in a marginalized community, our black comrades, our comrades of color, our indigenous comrades, our trans comrades, our female, our non-male comrades, our non-binary comrades. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of different marginalized communities that we need to listen to their representation, because everybody needs to be represented in this proletariat revolution. I mean, if you discount an entire portion of the proletariat because, ooh, I don't like their porn, or ooh, I have trouble with pronouns, then, you're not a fucking comrade. You're not a leftist. You're a reactionary. I mean, that goes back to the most based fucking theory there is, I mean, like if you're not a part of the solution, you're fucking reactionary and you're in the way. But I don't know. I've taken up a fuck ton of your time now, so I'm just gonna let y'all go. Solidarity, comrades. Do what you can for your loved ones, you know what I mean? And don't feel guilty about carnal pleasures. There's no ethical consumption in a capitalism. As long as you're sticking to your theory, as long as you're studying, as long as you are practicing what you preach, as long as you're doing anything to help your less fortunate comrades, then you have a pass from me to enjoy something bougie. So anyway, much love, y'all. Peace.